Hello, MotoAmerica fans, and welcome to this special video edition of Off Track with Carruthers and Bice. I am Bice. Carruthers is down on the other end of the table with our perfect social distancing. And in the middle, we have our 2017 MotoAmerica Superbike champion, Toni Elias, who last time we had on climbed up on the table and showed us his shoes. I don't know if he's going to do that this time, but he's had a couple big announcements lately that are even bigger than climbing on the table. So we'll talk about that a little bit. So, Toni, welcome.
Thank you.
This announcement that you made about your future, how did you come to that, deciding to make that announcement, and what's next for you?
I don't know. It's been just a feeling. Probably it's been a feeling. It's building inside from some months ago, but it took force inside and just increase, and I think when you feel something is the right thing, no? And everything has a period, has a time, and this is what I decide, no? I've been really grateful and been very happy for 5 years in Suzuki. We've been really successful, and I had a lot of fun. But at the end, it's time to stop, no? And I have really good friends in Suzuki, in Yoshimura, in this team actually, where I will do the last race of this season with M4. For me, all are friends. At the end, we pass a lot of different times with every single one, and you have really good moments, really bad moments, in internal fights, not between us. I mean, solving the problems you have to think with the bike. What's the solution? How we can improve? Why we are losing points? Why are we crashing? And at the end, with all these people, you have a lot of different moments that create really big and strong relationships, and that is forever, no? And this is my feeling. I feel I need fresh air. And I think it's better say this on time, and I think this is the right time, and I hope anyone gets mad or angry with me for this decision. I see no one is mad for anything, so everyone respect this decision, and I want to say this is not a final career for me. I hope some other option become a reality soon, and if not, it will be time to stop. And then the time and the destiny will say if it's forever or if it's just a period of time, but it's not happening yet. So we, in my case, trying to see other options, because I still feel, I'm 37, but I still feel it inside. I think I have experience. I'm still fast. Okay, the condition is not the best right now, and the results are not helping me. But I really believe with fresh air, I still have a lot inside. Really, really believe that, and I hope that happening. I think for that happen, the first step to do is what I did these days, no? I think so.
So, myself included, I can't picture you on anything but Suzuki now, because it seems like that's you and Suzuki just seem to go together, and the picture in my mind is you always on the Suzuki. So for you to go forward, that picture will change. That will be a big shock to your fans, a big shock to a lot of people. But, you know, a lot of people also saw that message yesterday and they think, oh, he's retiring. But
Yeah.
it's definitely not the case. I mean, you want to go race next year in MotoAmerica.
Yeah, I think I posted something last because this is not something it happened the last days. It's something I decide before Indy, and I communicate to both sides, the Suzuki side, team side, and I let it go a little bit in the last post of after Indy race. So let's go to Laguna, our last dance. And I read some comment like, you'll be miss it and all that stuff. I said, no, I know. I'm not going to be miss it because I won a race. I'm not dead yet. I'm still really alive and very competitive still. And as I said, I couldn't show much this year. And it's sad in some way because I was expecting much more, but
Tony, talk about that, because between last year and this year, of course, the team changed, kind of the same bike, but maybe not the same bike. Can you tell us about really what was different about the bike, or what affected things for you between last year and this year?
For some reasons, the last year setups didn't work this year. Some setups which when I was opening the throttle and feeling a lot of traction and the bike went on the wheelie because you have traction, same setup, just was spinning, but not spinning, was drifting. If you take the videos of this year of me, I'm drifting on every corner, and that happened also on Indy, and I was really mad. I said, man, after race one, I said, it's ridiculous. This is not superbike. No, I'm drifting on the entry, on the mid corner and in the exit. So we should do something, no? And we did a big change for Sunday, and then I was close to. I had some issues with the bike in the race one, with the transmission, but I was there. And second race, I was leading and I crashed. Just for 2 laps, but I was there. And start to feel some traction for the first time this season. Let's see, the last race, what will happen. It's very difficult to analyze what happened, why, because at the end, it's not in my hand, and probably I'm not going to know it. It's just what it is, what happened, what I felt, is how you guys and all the fans saw me when a rider who can win between 7 and 9 races a year cannot even jump on the podium. It's very difficult to understand. And I'm not pointing fingers to the team, because I felt support all the time from John Ulrich, Chris, the crew chiefs, electronics, every single person. It worked really hard. Support from Suzuki, but just the things that were so different work very different as used to be, and I kind of sink. That doesn't mean I'm a bad rider or I get old or I don't remember. So I trust, I believe a lot in me. I know what's inside of me still, and I hope to have the opportunity to show it next season, no? And this year, still one race. I hope to finish on the podium. And of course, if I can fight for the victory, I will do it until the last corner. Let's see if I'm in the situation to able to do this. But after this, with 37 years old this year, I still learned a lot of stuff, no? And I'm just waiting for the new opportunity to put my last experience on practice, no? I can't wait.
The motorcycle that you were fast and led on Sunday, did you bring that same motorcycle here? And you think the changes will work, or you just don't know?
It's difficult to say. I think they will work. They can work. I hope to feel the same traction as I felt in Indy Sunday. This I will start like this, but we did a big change in the rear side, so the bike was kind of non-compensate the rear with the front. So Sunday, when we arrived in Indy, I was putting the wheels on that curb since the first lap because it's the instinct to cut, to make it shorter, to make more straight lines. And I did that since the first lap. But with the changes we made, the bike was kind of like a little bit Harley.
Right.
and I totally lost the front. And I even had time to even say, like I just lost it and everything was gone. But when I crashed, I said, okay, good. I crashed, it's sad. But man, I was leading. I had this feeling again. I'm here in front of again. And I crashed for something unexpected. And from this setup, I will continue building in Laguna Seca. Mm-hmm. I have a good starting point, so let's do it. And then we'll see if we are able to do podium or win the race. But yes, it's a good starting point.
Will you know when you ride the bike tomorrow morning and you do first laps, do you in your mind, okay, I'm okay, or I'm not so okay? Does it come quickly?
Yes, come really quickly. The feelings after 8-9 races in 5 months, 4 months, the feeling is very fresh. No matter if you went at home 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you feel the bike as your glove, your setup. If has traction, you feel it. If lose the front, you feel it. If it's not compensated, you feel it. Another thing is if you can find the right solutions to solve the problem, but instantly in 10 minutes you
know where you are.
You know, yes.
One of the things I love about Toni is when he calls me cabron, because I always thought it meant that he loved me, but then Garrett Gerloff told me that doesn't necessarily mean love, but you may be about to call me cabron, but I got to ask you this question straight out. So let's talk about Toni or Bobby. He's won 3 races this year. He's done pretty well. Tell us about what's the deal with him versus you. Cabron.
Bobby, big cabron. Very, very fast cabron. No, I remember first time when I arrived in MotoAmerica, the first official test, the first one with Suzuki. The third day, first practice when we went out of the track, a guy with a white Kawasaki was behind me, and I started to push and push and push, and after 3-4 laps was still behind me. And I was getting so mad, and then I pushed and I left. Said, man, who is this cabron? No? Who is this cabron who is following me? And I want to know this number 50 and what's the name in the leather suit. And when he passed me, it was Fong. So, man, this one has balls. This one is fast and is a really strong rider. Then he had difficulties. Different teams, when some teams were, that year was really good, then another good year, then a disaster year, then had to move to 600. But when someone is a good rider, it will be always good rider with talent or bad luck will be always there. And doesn't matter if that moment of that year or that situation, it's not gonna last forever. That rider moved to 600, won the championship, put the balls on the table, win the championship, and also create his opportunity, no? And he's hungry and did it really well. He deserved it. But I knew it. He was good because he showed me 5 years ago. And was the same guy that time than today. But I have to say something, and Bobby was working with the same team and same crew chief last year, which for them just switch class. He had also experience in Superbike. Plus, you move with your team, with your crew chief, with your mechanics. They know already what you need, what you want, how, and that's a process. And it's not an excuse. It's a true. Everyone's need a process, and I needed 4 or 5 months to do that project. That process, no. The process start to work out now. The last 2 races.
Yeah, it's starting to click for you. It's starting to click for you, and then you make this announcement before the season's over.
But this announcement is not based on on last days, or it coming from long time, no? And we cannot wait until December to know what's the direction and what's going to happen. No, but this is a way to do, and it's difficult to change that. Everything depends of Japan, and it's not easy. But right now, I can't. Let's say I'm not comfortable, and we had a really good time. And I have to say, I have really good friends in Suzuki, in Yoshimura, in M4. Thanks to all of them, I had the super great opportunity of life. Come to USA, race MotoAmerica, race with an amazing teams, amazing motorcycles, take some money. Because of this, I start to live a new life, met my wife, have kids. So I'm a Spanish, but I'm American too. I'm not gonna go back to Spain. I will stay here. So
I want to talk about that, Toni. I was thinking about this when we were going to have you on, because I guess we can get philosophical about this, but in the United States, except for Native Americans, the indigenous people of this country, we're all immigrants. I mean, my family came from Ireland. Paul's obviously from Australia. You came from Spain, Catalonia. My point is that we we all have been from somewhere else, but you and I was born here. So I didn't kind of have a choice to be an American. I'm proud to be one, but you have a choice. You made a decision. You wanted to live in America. You had an American flag on your wall when you were a kid.
Yes.
You had Wayne Rooney on your wall. You're a big fan of his, and you made a choice to live in America. And it's where you, I assume, are going to probably live out probably the majority or the rest of your life. And that's a big thing to be said for America, that you think that much of it and wanted to be here to race in our country, to race in MotoAmerica, and to live in our country. So I just think it's cool. It's not something you were born into. It's you made a choice, and you use your big balls to to come in here and make that happen. So I just think it's cool for people that might go, well, he's Spanish. Well, you're probably as American as the rest of us, if not more, because you do have a love for this country, and you got to respect that. So
I could arrive in this championship in this country and say, okay, I'm gonna be here 4 or 5 years, do some money, and go back. No, but I had a problem, and the problem was a nice problem. I rent a bicycle, and I ride from Redondo Beach to Santa Monica, and I fall in love. I said, man, I travel around the world during 20 years, and I never had this feeling. And I love this place. I didn't know how to surf, but I like the area. I like the people doing sport, the energy, the sun, the weather, the ocean. Wow, this is cool. I want to be here. And was just after the first race in Austin, no? So then we moved to Road Atlanta, won the first race. Then Suzuki said, hey, you have to stay here. I said, okay, I'm fine with that decision. So everything started there. And,
wow.
And I took a picture. There was Manhattan Pier with the bicycle. I said, I don't know where is this on the way to Santa Monica, but it's really cool. And this picture is on Instagram, no? So look, we are there. We are there with family, kids, dogs, and everything.
That's great. I
now,
mean,
did you meet your wife surfing
Yes.
in the water?
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
That's
that was
incredible.
a good day to go surfing.
Yeah. It was nice. And she loved my band. The 2002 Chevy band.
Oh, I remember the band.
Black one, old one. And she loved it. I said, hey, this one is the right one.
This is the right one. So now that we've arrived at this point where you and we're making it very clear, you're not retiring, you're not done, you want to still race, you want to still be in this paddock. If it was you, it's kind of a perfect world for how you discovered California and living in America. It created a perfect world for you with Christy and your children. Let's continue with that idea of a perfect world. In a perfect world, what would you like to do next? What would you like to ride? Who would you like to ride for? Do you have any thoughts on that?
That's very tricky.
Yes, it is.
I don't know. I would love to ride for someone who believes in me, and some team who really need me because I have some experience, and not only because I can be fast, also because need to build a way of 2 or 3 years building something for after young talents take profit of this work. And yeah, something like I can feel involved, not only racing, also building things, strategies, and make a project winning project, no? And I had this feeling in 2010 when Gresini with Moriwaki, we did that project, we received a bike and we tested in Valencia. We started to take directions, and I felt really involved. And at the end, we had a lot of fun winning races, the championship, and make a road project a winner, no? And that is what I would like to happen.
Have you gotten to the point in your career, and maybe you can talk about your relationship with Bobby? You do have a lot of experience. Do you like having a teammate, and do you like to be able to maybe impart some of your wisdom on your teammate and help? And in this perfect world, would you like to have somebody that you could help develop a little bit with you, or do you want to just be on a team by yourself and be the man?
No, I really like share this work, but this work sometimes is not possible because it depends of the kind of teammate you have. At the end, if it's a global team or individual team as a racer, the final result doesn't change. But if you have a teammate, it's to work together, and not only in the track, also outside, sharing information, taking directions. Hey, what do you think? Do you try that? Yes, I feel this, I feel that. Oh, good. I think that. Did you try that? I think this is what we did with Roger. Really good. And I feel this year we did it a little bit with Bobby, but we were separate with different crew chief and everyone working in different directions. No, then I think they did a great job. Like, nothing to say.
Okay, so the Suzuki is out of the picture. So there's only two left, a blue one and a red one. You would be happy riding either one, right? Because good teams, good bike.
Yes, I mean, this is something. As I said in the post I did, like, this time I want to send it to the universe, and let's see the destiny. What wants for me? Because I'm always been a person who believe in more things than normal stuff. I'm very spiritual too. So right now it's like, okay, if destiny wants me ride a blue bike, amazing. If destiny wants me ride Italian bike, amazing. If destiny wants me to stop, okay, destiny wants me to stop for another better reason, which I don't know yet. I hope this reason will be racing, winning, and trying and fighting for this championship again. But if not, something better will come. And one day I would like with my sister we are working hard on shoe project, and one day I want to make it real. So if I don't have to ride any of those bikes, would be because I have to start to be focused on the other goal. But let's see. As I said, I want to race, I want to win, and I hope to have the opportunity.
There's such a thing too with racers. I mean, you're battling with a Yamaha, you're battling with a Ducati. It's natural for you riding a Suzuki, for example, to say, oh, I'd like to try that bike, or I'd like to try that bike, right?
Yes.
Because a different feeling or just a change.
Yes.
So this would be good for you.
I ride.
Sometimes honestly, you think at this point in time, you need a change, right?
Yes. Right now I need a change. I need fresh air. I need that new thing, that risk, that motivation to say, man, I want to try to win with that. And I ride Honda, Aprilia, Ducati, Yamaha, Suzuki. I ride with everything, and more or less I know what the ADN of every brand. And I think sometimes, for example, I really believe sometimes to win a championship, depending on the rivals you have, you need the character of engines, like, let's say, something with more torque, more smooth, not aggressive like I ride 5 years with Suzuki, which has really good things, but one of the big problems we had always is the character of the engine. It never helped me to have traction. So when we were battling with one of the strongest riders I ever battled, which is Cameron Bouvier, battling in the last part of the race with the old tires, I always felt the Yamahas kind of had that extra little help or smooth character to put the power on the ground. And I always, that problem drive me crazy, no? So right now I feel is the time to have that part in my career, no? The last part of my career, I need to have a brand that in that final part of the race has this power, smooth on the ground, helping me to make the things more easy, no?
Okay, I have
So we'll see.
I have one more question, and then you can wrap it up. I know you think very highly of Cameron. You've raced with him, Cameron Bouvier. You think very highly, and you have a lot of respect for him. Yeah. It sounds as though he's going to go to Moto2 with Dunlop tires, with the American racing team. Do you think he will be successful? You've won the Moto2 World Championship. You know that series. You know the paddock. You know the people. How will Cameron do?
Honestly, I would like Cameron here because and as you know, Wayne and Kevin and all these heroes, they always had a guy in front of his brain to beat, no? And that's been Cameron for 5 years. So I would prefer him here if I have the opportunity to fight with another brand. But I'm really happy for him. No, I think he's a really good rider. He has the skills he's complete enough to move, to try it, and it will be successful for sure. I think he will move in a really good team, a team who fight for world championships. I mean, it's not a bad choice. It's a winning choice. It will need just some time to see the things how work, but he'll be successful. And we talked a little bit this week, no, and said, man, you'll be really good, and I just hope that take you to MotoGP, no? And he's a racer to be there, and I would be really happy to been fight for 5 years here, and then to see him very successful in MotoGP. And I told him, if you need anything from me, I would be really happy to help you. So I wish him really good luck, and I don't think he need it because he'll do really good.
That's pretty great. Tony, thanks for being on with us. I mean, after this announcement, we wish you well, and we hope to see you for many years, racing with another team, but certainly being part of our paddock, even as you continue as an American in our great country. So thanks for being on with us. And I didn't mention at the top of the show that we're obviously at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca this weekend for our final round. And we'll get to see Tony race in 3 Hono Superbike races this weekend. And we've got all of our other classes, including Heritage Cup and also King of the Baggers Invitational. So we've got a lot going on. Unfortunately, spectators can't be here other than campers, but you can certainly watch our racing on FS2, MAV TV, Eurosport, and definitely on our subscription streaming service, which is called MotoAmerica Live Plus. And you can also get it in video on demand as well. So you'll be able to see a lot of Tony on the track, practices, qualifying, and all the other riders in our paddock as well. So, please subscribe and enjoy this weekend as much as we know we're going to, and we know Tony will as well. So thanks, Tony. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you.